Hey there, thanks so much for joining me, Eric with you. And I just wanted to speak to you today regarding fiber. And I know all of us are pretty familiar with fiber and how beneficial it is, especially for digesting. But in particular, I wanted to speak on how beneficial, how instrumental fiber can be for children. Um, Not only nutritionally, but also as a means for controlling their weight. I think the most recent statistic I've read is 1 in 3 kids now are overweight, if not obese. That is hard to believe, but it's happening, and it seems to be increasing also. But fiber can be really a great means again of not only having nutritional benefit, but in controlling children's weight. What happens now, unfortunately, a lot of kids are eating processed foods, which are loaded with sugar and carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates. And when those foods are consumed by kids, they are broken down very quickly. And when that happens, it increases glucose, which is a sugar molecule that the food is broken down to. And again, it's done very rapidly. So glucose really skyrockets in our children's little bodies really fast. It shoots right up. And the body senses this, and the pancreas will secrete a hormone called insulin as a way to try to negate this spike in glucose. So as glucose surges, boom, so does insulin. And insulin is a storing hormone. So it's going to store a lot of this glucose, a lot of this sugar, a lot of it gets stored as fat. In children, a lot of the glucose is stored as fat. And I think you can see then if this is happening on a consistent basis, processed foods, spike in glucose, spike in insulin, more and more fat is being formed in children. But this is where fiber comes into the picture. Fiber, foods rich in fiber, dense in fiber, will slow this entire process down. So there is not a big spike, a sudden spike of glucose when fiber is consumed. It slows the spike down significantly. And also, because of that, the insulin will not surge also. It will slow down. So you're not going to have as much storing, that storing effect, because glucose has now been decreased. So insulin will follow its lead and decrease. And again, without that insulin and glucose surge, there's not going to be as much fat storage. Also, this is another very, very good benefit of eating fiber-rich food, again, especially for children, is it will keep them satiated for longer. Without fiber, when glucose and insulin surge, not only do they surge up quickly, but they drop very quickly also. And when they drop, when there's a big decrease in glucose, kids get hungry very quickly. So you may have, you may feed your child dinner at 5 o'clock, and if they don't have a source of fiber, and if it's processed with a lot of carbs and sugar, they'll eat their dinner at 5, and maybe 6, 7 o'clock, they're hungry again. And that is because there was a large surge of glucose and then a dramatic drop. They're hungry again. But fiber again will slow this whole process down, so there's not that fluctuation. It'll keep kids fuller. It'll keep them satiated for longer periods of time, so they won't consequently eat as much. So fiber is such a big player, such a key for not only so many nutritional benefits, but for also controlling weight. And of course, when we think of fiber, we're speaking of a lot of fruits and more vegetables also. Um, Carrots I know have a high percentage. Any berries, strawberries are great. Nuts, almonds, kidney beans, lentil beans are good sources of fiber also for children. Even popcorn, an organic popcorn, air popped, is another great source of fiber. It may be an acquired taste for a child, but dark chocolate is also a great source of fiber. So just see if you can start to have a source of fiber with every meal you feed your child, and you'll slow this whole process down. There will not be as much insulin, so there'll be a decrease in fat storage, and they'll stay fuller for longer periods of time. So fiber, many different benefits. If you can please pass this on to as many parents as you know, just to get the word out. This can make, again, a significant difference. And if you can like the video, it will just populate to more and more people. And if you like this content also, if you could please subscribe. I will be making a lot more videos regarding children's health. I would really appreciate that. Okay, thanks so much. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.